Hello everybody, and welcome to block 7 of our mystery afghan. So what I'm showing you to do today is block 7, which is C-swell. So you need to start with a single crochet of 48. So you either need to do 49 chain and then single crochet into the second chain from your hook and then in every chain from thereafter, and that gives you 48 single crochet, or you can do a foundation row of single crochets totaling 48, which is what I've got here. So we're now going into row 3, so I'm going to do 1 chain and single crochet into the first stitch, which is right here. So into that first stitch there, and I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to do 1 stitch, 1 crochet, 1 chain, sorry, I beg your pardon. Then I'm going to skip 1 stitch and I'm going to make an LLP 4 over the next 5 single crochet. So I'm going to miss 1, then I'm going to wrap my yarn over the hook and into this next stitch, pull the yarn through and pull the loop really long. It's really important that the loop is long because the next part of the stitch, after we've made all our loops, we need to be able to get through these loops. So yarn over the hook, into the next stitch, pull the loop through and pull it long again. Yarn over, into the next stitch, pull it long again, yarn over, pull it long, yarn over and pull it through again, nice and long. See how I've got all these long loops here on my hook? Yarn over, into the next stitch, pull it nice and long, yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all those loops like that. See? Yep. Then I'm going to pull through the last 2 like that. So that's the first part of your long loop stitch done. So now I'm going to do the top part of the long loop stitch, which involves making single crochets. So we're going to make 4 single crochets into this section here. So into there, and we're going to go in here, all the way through there, and see how my hook has come through. And I'll hold that there, and hopefully you can see it. Can you see I've got, this is the loop that's pulled through and closed all those long loops. Yarn over that hook, oops, it's twisted around, and I'm going to pull that through all those loops like that. Pull through, and there's your single crochet. So that's 1, yarn over, pull through again, that's 2, pull through again, that's 3, and pull through again, that's 4. And if I give that a little tug like that, pull it that way, can you see how now it looks like we've got this like a little shelly looking thing, like a spiral thing happening? It's quite pretty. Anyway, so the next step in the pattern says we need to do, what are we doing now? It says I need to do a chain, skip a single crochet, so we're going to skip this stitch here, and we're going to work a single crochet into this next stitch here. So no yarn on the hook, just go into there, draw a loop through and make a single crochet. I'm going to do another chain, and then we're going to do another long loop stitch over the next 5 stitches. Yep. So we're repeating again. So yarn over the hook, missing the next stitch and into this stitch here, pull it up nice and long. Not that long that you can't manage it, but you know, reasonably long. What would you, how long would you say that is? I don't know. Maybe 2 centimetres, thereabouts? Close to that. Yarn over again, back into the next stitch, pull it up like that. So they're roughly all about the same length. Into the next stitch, pull it up again, and into the next stitch, up again, into the next stitch, and up again. So we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yarn over and we pull through all bar that last one. Okay, and then we do that. Okay, so this is why it's really important that these loops are nice and long. If you make these loops too short, when you go to do this part of the stitch, it's really difficult to get your hook through to do this single crochet. So when you put your hook in here, you can feel the hook come through with this finger. There, like that. Yarn around the hook, and when you go to pull it through, if you put your finger and your thumb here together, pinch and pull down, that will be really easy to pull that through. Yarn over and pull it through. Yep. You see, I've got 1, 2. This is the one that we use to close the original loop. There we go. In there again. That's 3 and 1 more. See, and that's wrong because it's not there. See, it's coming out the back. If I take that back and put it there, now I know it's right because it's where these ones are. Can we see that? And through there. There we go. Can you see? I've got nice little babies nesting nicely together. We do a chain and we miss one and into the next one. We do a chain, miss one, and then I'm going to start my next long loop stitch here. So into here, 1, remembering to pull up nice and long because you want to make it nice and long so you can do the top part of your stitch. Yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've worked into 5 stitches. Now yarn over and we pull through all but the last loop. Yeah. Then we go yarn over and pull through the last 2. Then go back, put your hook in and get it through all of the loops. Again, yarn over. Pull through, so that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. There you go. Miss one. Single crochet into this one, then we do a chain, and we're going to do another one along the next 5 stitches. You can see how these are really long here. These are your really long loop stitches. So yarn over, and we're going to miss this one and we're going into this one. Nice and long. Think loosey-goosey. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's right about now you might be thinking, oh my goodness, what has she signed me up to do? But you have to strain your brain. It's good for you.
So sorry.
Then we do 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. See, there's another one. Looking pretty good. Chain 1, miss 1, do 1 in here. Nearly there. stitch and in there. So that's my last stitch there. So that's the last row on the last stitch on the wrong side. So now we look like this. Now I'm going to turn the work. Remember, turn your work is just like turning the page in a book. As long as you turn it the same way all the time. So now we're up to row 5. So we're going to do 3 chain. And commencing in the stitch at the base of the 3 chain, we're going to make an LLP2, which is just a smaller version of the LLP4. So we're going to do yarn over. So this is my long loop 2 from the next 3 stitches. So from the base of my 3 chain. So yarn over, and we're going to go, whoops, into this stitch, pulling up 1, into the next stitch, pull up another, 2 and 3. Yep, and then close it off. And then we're going to go in here again and do 1. No, that's not right. There it is. And 2. Then we do a chain, and we're going to miss 1 and do a single crochet. Looks better. And then miss 1 and do a long loop 4 over the next 5 stitches. So I'll just stop there for a second and have a little chat about what we're doing. Now this is the right side of the work, and you can see we've got these little hollows and hills. So if you think about what you're doing, you're going to do a single crochet at the top of the hill, and you're going to fill the hollow with an LLP4. Yeah? I just thought if I gave you that little bit of imagery, it might help. So now we're going to make another LLP4 over 5 stitches. So remember, we're going to skip this one, and then we're doing it over the next 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through all of those loops except the very last. Okay, and then pull through the last 2. And we're going in here, and we're going to do 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4. Hence the LLP4. Okay, there you go. And can you see how this now sits in the middle? Love that. Alright. So now we repeat what we were doing before. So it's a chain, we miss 1 stitch, single crochet, chain, miss 1 stitch, and LLP4 over the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through those, and again, and we go in to there, and we do 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 chain, miss 1, single crochet, 1 chain, yarn over, LLP4 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in here again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Okay, and I'll see you at the end of the row. Miss one, single crochet, one, four. Come on. Okay, so I'm nearly at the end of the row here, guys. So I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to miss one, and it might look like that's one, but you can see actually that there's a stitch in that stitch. There, it's being pulled by this, so don't be fooled by this loop. The next stitch you've got to miss is this one. So you're going to do a single crochet into there, and then a chain, and then you're going to do a long loop 4, or is it a long loop 2? A long loop 2 over the last 3 stitches, I would think. Yes, so we missed this one, and we're going to do, so that'll be this one, and this one. So we're going to go into here. 1, 2, 3, like that. Whoops. Hang on, I made a boo-boo. There we go. So now we're going to pull through, there's the last stitches here until the last one, and then pull through again. And then we're going to go through into here. Oops, there we go. And do 2, 1, 2, and then that's the end of the row. And we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and full ones and 2 halves, which is good. And that's the end of the row. Then we turn the row, turn the work, and we're going to do another row 3. So that's row 6, which is the same as row 4, sorry. So we do a chain, and then we're going to do a single crochet in every stitch all the way along. And I'll see you at the end of this one. So what I'm going to do now is you notice with this block that when you finish your row, it's a bit wavy. So when you go to crochet around to make your block square, the edge is really not going to be flat, and you really want to try and make it flat or as straight as you can. So for this block, your last round is a little bit different than some of the other blocks that you've already done. So with that in mind, I thought what I'd do here is, even though this is not finished, I would give you a demo of what you need to do in this, the end of your last row of your block here. before you start to go around, because you will need to do it. What you do along here is what you will do along here. So imagine that this is your finished block. So we'll just stretch it out and pretend. So you will do that here. So you do the next row that we're going to show you will go along here. Then you will put your single crochets that you've been doing so far. The blocks will come down here. Then you'll repeat what I show you along the bottom of your block, and then you'll come across and come up here. So to start with, we're going to do a chain. And remember, this is the right side of your block. So that's one chain, and you're going to skip one stitch, and we're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch. So we're going to skip a stitch, and we're going to do a half double crochet in this stitch. So if you remember, a double crochet is yarn over and work into the stitch, yarn on and pull the loop through. And for a double crochet, you would yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops again. So for a half double crochet, you just yarn over and pull through all 3. Alright, so that gives you a stitch that is half the height of a double crochet. Okay, so we've done a half double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to do a single crochet into the next stitch. Then we're going to slip stitch into this stitch. So put the hook through, pull the yarn through and through again. Then we're going to work 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches. So that's 1, 2, then a half double crochet into the next stitch. So that's yarn on, through the stitch, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over and pull through all the loops. You can see what's happening. We're starting to look a bit straighter across the top here. And now we're going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch here. Oh no, sorry, I've done my half double crochet. Lost track of where I was up to. See, happens to me too. Now we're going to do half double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. So we're going to yarn over, yarn into the next stitch, pull the yarn through and stop. And we're going to do yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over and pull the yarn through and look, and you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. So we've done a decrease and we've turned 2 stitches into 1, but we haven't lost any height. Okay, so we're going to do that half double crochet into the next stitch here, like this. Can you see what's happening? So we're filling in these gaps here. Single crochet into the next stitch, slip stitch into this stitch, which is the stitch that's directly above the top of this one here. Then we're going to do a single crochet into this one, and another single crochet into the next one. Yep. Then we're going to do a half double crochet into this one. Then we're going to half double crochet 2 together, so that's 1, yarn on and do it again. So now we've got 2, 4, 5, yarn on, pull them all together, and there's the 2 stitches been made into 1. Then we're going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, Then we're going to slip stitch into the next one. Yeah, can we see how that's coming along? Single crochet into the next one. And single crochet into the next one. Yep, half double crochet into this one. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Did I do my slip stitch? Yes, I did. There it is. Single crochet, single crochet. Right, half double crochet. Then we're going to do a half double crochet 2 together across these 2 stitches. So yarn on into here. Now I've got 3 loops. Yarn on into this one, next one. Yarn on, pull it through. I've got 5 loops on my hook, yarn on and pull through all 5. That's half double crochet, 2 stitches together, 2 stitches into one, and then half double crochet the next stitch, single crochet the next one, slip stitch the next one, single crochet, single crochet, half double crochet. Yep. And we're going to half double crochet the next 2 together like that. Half double crochet the next stitch. Single crochet, slip stitch. Split the yarn. Single crochet. Now, can you see how that's straightening that up? Looks a bit straighter, doesn't it? Okay. And single crochet. No, sorry, half double crochet. And then we're going to do half double crochet and half double crochet 2 together. Yarn is not behaving itself. It needs to go and spend some time in the naughty corner, I think. Right. Radio, half double crochet 2 together. Take 2. There we go. 1, 2, 5 loops. Yarn over. Pull through them all. 2 stitches into one. Half double crochet. Single crochet, single crochet, slip stitch, single crochet, and a single crochet again. Now if this was your full block and you would finished, when you get to the very last stitch, which is here, whoops, you would be doing your 3 into here. So you do 1, 2, 3. Remembering that this one here counts as part of that row, this one is your corner, and this one counts along this side here. So, and then you need to start working along this edge. Now I found when I was working along this edge here, I could quite easily work into any of these spaces along here, and when I came to this point here, it was quite easy to work into like in there and into this kind of space here to do your single crochets down the side. So if I pull that long so you can see the top of that now looks relatively straight. So by the time you block that, that'll be nice and straight, and so you'll be able to line that up with all your other blocks. So I hope you enjoy and enjoy the brain challenge and have lots of fun. Okay. Bye bye.